All right, hello to any and everyone watching. My name is Shawn Sounds, and I am submitting this interview video in hopes of consideration to become a member of the BB King's All-Star Band. I have the questions listed here, so I'll just go down the list and I'll answer them to the best of my ability and as expeditiously as possible. I don't want to take up too much of your time. The first question reads, introduce yourself and tell us about you. So my name is Shawn Sounds and I'm 35 and I currently live in Houston, Texas. I started teaching professionally on the high school level back in 2006, and I pretty much have done that throughout the course of my adulthood. I had the wonderful opportunity back in 2018 to start the process to become a cast member on NBC's The Voice. So I did take a break from teaching back in 2018 to film the show, which the show lasted until 2019. Thereafter, I moved into doing music full time, and everything was great until the pandemic hit back in maybe March of last year of 2020. So ever since then, I've gone back to the classroom, but I'm now ready and excited to delve back into music full time. So that is a little bit about me and my professional experience. As it relates to music, I've been doing music professionally since 2012, and I'm a singer, songwriter. I have a lot of corporate band, party band experience, so on and so forth. And I've done a few things around the city, like singing the national anthem for the Houston Texans, our football, basketball, and our soccer team. I've done a lot of music festivals. I've done some international traveling and touring. So I have quite the resume as it relates to music. So I'm very proud about that. So I'll move on to the next question. What excites you most about potentially being a part of the BB King All-Star Band at Sea? That's a good question. I'm actually excited about it because I have a few friends that have worked for the band, and in the past before the pandemic, and they used to rant and rave about how exciting it was to sing and perform for a living, and how great of an opportunity it is to do something that you love, a passion of yours, professionally. So what excites me most about it is finally getting an opportunity again to kind of do music full time and to entertain, because that's something that I do. I have been doing it for a long time, and it's something that I enjoy. So what excites me the most is just the opportunity to get back on the stage and to perform for people and to sing and just to have a good time doing what I love, which is a passion and purpose of mine, but to do it on a professional level. So that's something that I'm very excited about as it relates to the BB King Band. Next question, what's one skill you would like to improve upon, and what's your plan for doing so? Okay, a skill that I'd like to improve upon, that's an open-ended question. Maybe when it comes to music, one thing that I do need to work on is, I guess, creating a timeline of learning new music. Oftentimes when you are singing with, different bands and things of that nature, there's new material to learn. And sometimes it's hard for me to learn new music if I have a lot to learn in a short period of time. So that is something that I would like to work on, finding a way to strategize and put together a concise plan to, learn my lyrics and to make sure that I have my music ready for, the rehearsals and or the performance. So that's a skill. I don't know what the skill is. Maybe, is it a time management skill? Maybe, just setting aside the time to learn the music. I don't know, but that's something that I would like to work on, making sure that I can learn music quickly to make sure that I'm prepared. Next question, how would you describe your own working style? That's a good question. I am a hard worker. Much like a lot of people out there, but I'm a hard worker in that if something needs to be done, I'm going to get it done, whether or not it is my responsibility to or not. If there's something that needs to get done, I'm proactive to get it done to make sure that the responsibility is met, whether it's for me or on behalf of somebody else. My working style, I am very helpful. I don't mind lending a helping hand. People don't necessarily have to ask me for help. If I just see that there's a need, I'll step in any way that I can to be of assistance. So I would say that my working style is very hardworking and very generous in volunteering, my time or my services in any way that I can to help at large, the bigger picture. Next question. Talk about a time when you had to work closely with someone whose personality was very different from yours. That's a good question. Well, I know as a teacher, a lot of teachers have different personality types and different ways of teaching and instructing students, so on and so forth. And having been in education for a very long time, I've met a lot of teachers who are different from me, and they go about things in a way that I necessarily wouldn't, but I don't judge. I think when it comes to personality, you have to respect that everyone has their own personality and you have to meet people where they are. And that's not to say that you have to lose yourself just to get along with them or to interact or engage with them, but you have to be mindful of, who they are and how they are. And you have to find, some things that you guys have in common, maybe some commonalities that you can agree upon and just really focus on that. And then the things where you guys might be kind of different, you either just don't, deal with it if you don't have to, but if you do, find a respectful way to have conversation about it, to work through your differences or disagreements or whatever. So yes, when it comes to personality, I definitely think that your personality is an extension of who you are, and everybody's entitled to that. Everybody has one. So you just have to respect people for their personality and or for having, their own personality. And, hopefully you can get to a place to where beyond respecting them, you can actually, appreciate and celebrate, them as a person. So that's my answer for that one. Okay, next question. Give an example of a time you faced a conflict while working on a team. How did you handle that? Ooh, I think that goes back to, personality types. There were, instances in my professional career as a teacher where I've been placed on committees or within organizations to where I've had to work closely with people. And honestly, as it relates to conflict resolution, I pride myself on it too. I'm very respectful in that, to me, a conflict is an issue that you have about a particular situation or a circumstance. I don't necessarily have conflicts with people. If there is something that we don't agree upon, I'm not going to attack you. I would rather us come together and figure out a means of a resolution towards the problem. I think that's one thing that we as people don't quite understand. Typically, when you have an issue with something, it's not even necessarily the other person, it's just the situation or the circumstance that you guys are sharing together. So as opposed to, again, attacking that person or finding an issue with them on a personal level, come together, through effective and efficient communication to identify what the shared problem is that you guys have and work together to resolve that. So yeah, when it comes to conflict resolution, I have no issues with it. I typically don't have conflicts or, run-ins with people, but if I do, I think that clear, concise, communication is what's necessary to move forward or move past it. And you have to be able to speak your mind, intelligently, respectfully, but you also have to listen to receive whatever their messaging is to make sure that, you guys are clear on both ends. And last but not least, tell me about a time you were under a lot of pressure and how did you get through? Well, I think most recently the biggest thing that I've gone through, which I guess one could consider it to be a lot of pressure, is, again, I was on NBC's The Voice. And I'm blessed and fortunate to say that I made it to the semifinal round of the competition under the guidance and mentorship of John Legend. And I think when it comes to handling pressure, you definitely have to kind of mentally check in and tell yourself, whatever it is that you're up against or whatever it is that you're going through, you got it. And you have what it takes to work your way and navigate your way through the situation, whether you have the tools to do it on your own, or even if you have to, ask someone to assist you with getting through the problem or the issue. I think that's the first thing you have to do is just step back and say to yourself, you know what, I got this, I can do this, or I can do this with the help of someone. So that's very important. And also when it comes to being under pressure, you have to do the best you can with what you have. A lot of times people get stressed out and they panic and have anxiety when a problem arises. But the truth is, most of us have the tools that we need to get through and to work through the problems that we have. So I think that that's important to, utilize the tools and the knowledge and the past experience and, just your wisdom from shared, from life experience to work towards whatever the problem is and, getting through it or getting past it. So, yeah, I think staying focused is very important. Hard work is important. Showing up on time is important. Being prepared is important. And giving it your all is important. So all of those things combined is like a melting pot of the ingredients that I think it takes to do well under pressure. So I think I answered all of the questions, and I hope that I did so to your liking. I hope this video is satisfactory. And again, my name is Shawn Sounds, and I'm very, very interested and excited, and am hopeful that you will consider me for an opportunity to perform with the BB King Band. And if there's anything else that you may need in consideration for this position, please don't let me know. I am going to submit my 2 videos as well of me singing along to 2 of the 3 selections that were listed. So thank you for your time. I hope you enjoy and take care.